make sure we control our side of it.
Okay, so I mean, must-win game mentality for you, and your speech or your message to the team here today.
Yeah, the good thing is we just went through it. We just changing the building basically, but it will be the same message. It will be the same, hopefully the same attitude from the boys, and we just went through it. And but now we're at home, so we got to take that to our advantage.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins Sabres next.
On Tuesday in Buffalo, the Bruins were able to keep the series alive with a little extra helping of pasta.
Pass along the near side to Krebs, trying to regain entry. They turn it over there. Hampus Lindholm's got Pasternak going long. Steps in and scores! Pasta on the breakaway with the overtime game winner. And we're going back to Boston.
With the overtime win, the Bruins have life, but they'll need a much better showing at home if they want to even the series. The Bruins and the Sabres. Game 6 coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, his shot. Goal! It's all tied up. Bang!
Cam Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Steelers, they score! They score! Zuck again!
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, Cape Cod Lumber, and by Catches Law.
Great glove save by Chambers.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Right in front, Swayman robs Benny.
Also brought to you by Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Dairy Queen, Avidia Bank, Mass Mutual, Live Nation, WellPoint, the Peterson School, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Big Y, Nicely Done, Doyens Appliance, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. Fired. His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon.
Center score! Pasternak with the game winner. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're back here at TD Garden for Game 6. Bruins trailing the Sabres 3-2. Crowd already getting going. Tim Thomas, the honorary banner captain tonight, as we get ready for another do-or-die game here for Boston. How do they carry on, or can they carry over what happened in Game 5?
It doesn't change. It's the same thing. I mean, they know what they have to do in order to win. Now it's a matter of executing it. There are no secrets right now. There's little changes that are made here and there from game to game, and how you want to play and how you want to approach things. Things have settled in. There's no extracurriculars. There's not, you don't want to take a penalty. I know Kaslik took one last game. It wasn't much. Thought Stanley deserved one later in the game. Didn't get it, but okay. And that's something that'll be addressed in between games. It's just a matter of executing. I think we'll have a pretty good idea if the Bruins are locked in right from the drop of the puck. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that they weren't locked in Game 4 from the drop of the puck, and we've seen enough games this year to know when, okay, they're dialed in, the details are dialed in, and they're going to do what they need to do in order to win most likely in the Bruins' favor. I could be completely wrong, but in the Bruins' favor, a low-scoring, tight-checking game. That's what they have to do here today.
Yeah, to your point, Marco Sturm says he can usually tell within the first few minutes whether his team has it on that particular night or not. No changes in the Bruins lineup tonight. Logan Stanley will miss the game. He's been sick the last couple of games. Michael Kesselring going to draw in on defense. And Noah Ostlund, who was injured in Game 5, will be out of the lineup for Buffalo tonight as well. Josh Norris returns to the lineup after missing the last 3 with an injury. Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Face-Off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Whether you've been hurt on the job or are suffering from years of physical wear and tear, Catches Law is there for you. Visit catcheslaw.com or call today to schedule your free consultation. There's no fee unless you win.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on Charlotte FC Saturday, May 2nd at Gillette Stadium. The last time the Revs played at Gillette Stadium, fans witnessed a thrilling comeback win, giving them 4 wins in a row and still undefeated record at home.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Todd Angley with the national anthem. We're getting set for Game 6 in the opening face-off. Let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. In goal for Buffalo is Alex Lyon. On defense, the pairing of Rasmus Dahlin and Matthias Samuelsson. Up front, Peyton Krebs, Tage Thompson, Alex Tuck. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman in goal, Jonathan Aspro and Charlie McAvoy, your defensemen. And up front, Marat Hussindinov, Pavel Zacha, and David Pastrnak. Starting lineup brought to you by Big Y, celebrating 90 years. It's not just our anniversary, it's yours too. You're the Y.
Tonight's national anthem was presented by Mass Mutual, planning and protection on and off the ice. And our first 5 minutes of tonight's game brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and Ford employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Bruins looking for their first win at home in this series. Here in Game 6, we'll be going from left to right on offense as Pavel Zacha and Tage Thompson stand in for the opening face-off to get us underway. Zacha wins the draw. Aspero at his own blue line with a pass that hit the skate of Krebs. Turned over in the neutral zone. It'll get dumped in toward Jeremy Swayman. He covers it up and gets a bit of a snow shower from Krebs for his effort. Face off in the Bruins zone just 10 seconds in.
Puck management's always going to be an issue in any game, especially for the Bruins. It's hard for them to outscore their mistakes. So puck management, making sure you're making tape-to-tape passes, or putting pucks to areas or getting them out of dangerous areas. And that's something that really plagued them in Game 4. It was so bad that the turnovers and the ability to the coverage was so bad in that Game 4, in the first period especially.
Puck sent around the near side boards. Hustadinov, Pasternak, and now cleared for Zacha.
Yeah, much better in Game 5.
Zacha pulls up inside the Buffalo zone. Dropped one off for Pasternak, and a shot that hits Samuelson in front of Lyon. Kicked wide of the net.
Hustadinov with a good screen in front as well.
Pasternak gets it back into the offensive zone. Tried to feather one toward the slot. Picked off there by Samuelson. It'll be cleared up ice and helped ahead by Zach Benson. Swayman played it toward the near corner. Peak under pressure from Benson. Now Aspero on the end boards as Norris gets down on him. Geekie comes to help out. Puck will come back toward Aspero behind the net. Pass to the far circle. Middlestat turned over. Shot blocked as Power tried to get it to the net. In that far corner, Aspero and Norris came together. Puck is still loose on that far circle. Middlestat trying to win a battle against Benson. Benson squeezes him up against the boards and gets it back to Power at the right point. On to Bowen Byram on the near side. He'll play it down the circle for Doan from the left wing corner. Back to Byram. One-timer sails well wide of the net. Power skates onto it on the far boards against Elias Lindholm. Middlestat trying to free it up and does. Elias will start out of his zone and then has it knocked away from behind. Now gets it cleared across the ice. Byram takes a hit from Geekie. Wing gets knocked down by Elias Lindholm. Puck underneath him. Right along the ear boards of the neutral zone.
Byram has been so good in this series. He's been a force on that back end.
Alex Steeves will get it deep here into the Buffalo zone. Hampus Lindholm in there deep on the forecheck. It'll come toward the near side. A long pass out of the zone. And Zucker's got some space at the right side. One-on-one against Yoki Hardy. Drives to the front of the net. Never did get a shot off. Centers it out in front. Picked off by Steeves.
He got to the front, but Yoki Hardy did a pretty good job there one-on-one. So that's going to be a big question for me. Steeves, Asamont, Yoki Harju, they came in and did a nice job last game. Can they follow it up with another good game today?
Ryan McLeod's going to get whistled offside as the Sabres tried to get into the Bruins zone.
All three of them made their debuts in Game 5.
Right.
So we've seen them all year. We've seen them play well. We've seen them when they've struggled a little bit. You know, can they follow a good game in Game, you know, in the last game, Game 5, can they follow it up with another one here in Game 6? It's not good. I don't think it's it's make or break for the Bruins. They still need their best guys to be their best guys, but they were effective.
Buckle angle in around Jeremy Swayman in behind the net. Greenway got it out in front, but Corrali right there to take away. Corrali passes in front of the net over for Zadorov far side. Played it up the far wall, and it will trickle down ice. It would have been icing, but Kastelik was in front of everybody. Lyon forced to come out of the net and play it. Allenstein got it back out into neutral ice and dumped in by Peak from the red line.
So Zadorov, you know, just watching him the first shift, he's a guy that I'm a little concerned about in terms of he's been banged up this series. And, you know, you got to make quick decisions. You got to move your feet while you're making those decisions.
Bruins will get whistled offside here.
You know, I applaud him for playing through pain. You know he's going through something, as a lot of guys are. Yep. But he got a couple games ago, back here at the TD Garden, he had to leave the game for a little while. He hasn't been, I mean, have we seen him power through the neutral zone with the puck?
Not the way we normally do.
No. There's something there.
Yeah. He was asked about his health yesterday. He declined to answer. He said, we'll talk about all that after the season's over.
No, there's something definitely there. I asked him earlier this season after he got kind of caved in a little bit with his leg, and he's like, you can't hurt the Russian machine. That's
There's Zacha pursuing a puck into the Buffalo zone, but taken away, and Krebs will lay it up the left side. He's got Tuck coming down the left circle. Now Tage Thompson turns with it on the near wall, hands off to Dahlin. Dahlin got it in front, and they score. Alex Tuck right at the front of the crease, able to redirect that around Jeremy Swayman, and Buffalo grabs a 1-0 lead less than 3.5 minutes in.
He's wide open. So that's the fourth guy on the rush, right? That's it's not necessarily a rush goal, but it's kind of a rush goal, right? You get into the zone, you drop this puck off, Alex Tuck does, and he drops it off, and then Dahlin joins the rush. He's the third or fourth guy. Alex Tuck is wide open back door on this pass from Dahlin. The Bruins get puck watching, leave Tuck wide open. And this is the matchup you want. This is, you know, it's McAvoy Aspro, and it's the
Thompson line.
No, it's the Zacha line against the Thompson line. Yeah, I mean, you're on home ice. That's the line. That's the matchup you want.
Steves will get it deep into the Buffalo zone in the far corner. Bowen Byram takes a bump from Minton. It'll come back around near side. The outlet pass sends Benson through the neutral zone with speed. Gives it off on the right side. Doan with a shot blocked by Hampus. Lindholm goes in as it
high stick
was touched with a high stick. The official right there to wave it off. Referee Pierre Lambert and Gord Dwyer say no goal.
There's not much celebration from the Sabres. I think they realize it's a high stick.
High stick above the crossbar.
Touched above the crossbar with a high stick.
You see if they want to challenge it, but I don't think there's any doubt. Yeah, for a goal scored, it's the crossbar height. You know, if it's out in the neutral zone or somewhere else on the ice, it's shoulder height. If it doesn't go in the net, I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about this one.
Benson swinging his stick like it was a lacrosse stick. So, no harm, no foul there. 16-10 left here in the first.
Yeah, no argument from the Sabres bench.
Off this face-off, Elias Lindholm wins it back into his own zone. Zadorov will pivot with it. Carries to his own blue line. Now gets going to the red. Dumps in from there. Past Lyon behind the net. Kick back in deep off of Geekie into the far corner. Power will reverse it around near side. Byram chasing it up the wall. Takes the hit to get the puck out of the zone, but you get whistled down here at the Boston line.
All right, so you're down 1-0. Coverage issue in the first period here. You were down 1-0 last game, in Buffalo. And, Marco Sturm even talked about it. He said, we were down 1-0, but there was no panic or worry on our bench. We were ready to go. See how they handle it here on home ice.
I mean, you have to commit to playing your game, right? I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah.
Bouncing puck comes into the Buffalo zone here. Kesselring will play it toward the near side for Dahlin. Michael Kesselring played 34 games in the regular season. Draws into the lineup for the first time here tonight.
He was brought in
place of Stanley.
That Paterka trade.
Yeah.
He was pretty good early in the year, I thought.
Yeah, he had 3 different stints on IR this season, so it's been a rough campaign for him. Peake plays it up the right wing boards. He's got Corrali handing it off to Jeannot to get it into the attack zone. Kastelik tried to get a backhander toward Corrali, taken away. McMallenstein will lob it into the Bruins zone. That's gloved by Swayman, and Thompson coming toward his crease is enough to make him hang on to it. So a faceoff will be inside the Bruins defensive zone.
Yeah, 1 shot, 1 goal, right? We're almost 5 minutes into the game, and no chance for Swayman on that. Neither goaltenders felt the puck yet, really.
Right. Off the face-off. Timmins coming down that far side wall, throws a wide-angle shot towards Swayman, who grabs that with the glove.
I think it was going wide anyhow, so I don't even know if that's a shot on goal. That just hasn't been nothing so far.
Alex Tuch's 4th of the playoffs from Rasmus Dahlin and Tage Thompson at 325 to get the Sabres on the board. Tuch 7 points, leading all players in this series.
Yep. They're best players.
Yep. He's got goals in 4 out of the 6 games now.
He's been so good. Unrestricted free agent at the end of the year,
yeah,
by the way.
I'd say he's making himself a little bit of money.
By the way.
Off of this face-off, puck comes back toward Timmins. He'll angle it down the far boards and in behind the net. Thompson against Husnudinov back there. Now Tuch and McAvoy chasing into the far corner. Puck kicks off of Zacha right to Husnudinov. He'll carry it out into neutral ice. Bats it forward from the red line. Pasternak got it back in his direction coming into the zone, but broken up. Samuelson played back into the far corner. Long pass out towards center ice, picked off by McAvoy. Yoki Harju along the far boards. Skates up towards center. Gives up to Pasternak. To the left side for Husnudinov. Off the wall, throws one in front and right through the Lions' crease. Yoki Harju rockets one back across the ice. Zacha far circle from down low, throws it in front. That one kicks around toward the near side corner. Yoki Harju sends it back through the slot. Pasternak's got it left circle. His shot got blocked in front off of Timmins. Hampus Lindholm to Yoki Harju. His shot partially blocked, goes trickling wide of the net. Timmins will take from the far side and send it up to the blue line. Kick to keep it in by Hampus Lindholm, who then knocks Norris off his stride as he was trying to move up ice here for the Sabres. Norris and Jokiharju in the near corner of the Bruins zone come together. Benson along the near wall, worked over by Hampus Lindholm. Byram able to spin away from Asamont, goes to the high slot. Gives it to Power coming along the blue line toward the near side. He left it to the blue line. We got a penalty coming against the Bruins now. As Lyon goes to the bench, Thompson jumps on as the extra skater. Puck back into the Buffalo zone, and Byram will start it forward from there. Leaves it at the blue line for Thompson. Thompson coming through the neutral ice, cutting toward the left side, turns it over to Steeves, and that draws the whistle for the penalty. So just about 6.5 minutes gone in the first period. Buffalo has a 1-0 lead and will have a power play when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey everybody, this is Sebastian Maniscalco. Come to Sebastian Maniscalco's Comedy Radio to hear the Sebastian Maniscalco Show, as well as comedians who inspired me, up-and-coming talent, and the introduction of DJ Marinara playing my favorite dance tunes I grew up to. My exclusive 24/7 comedy channel is up and running. Channel 99 and on the Sirius XM app.
That is what happened. I ain't guessing, I'm telling you. Nobody breaks down the drama of the NBA playoffs quite like Stephen A.
The best time of the year. Big stars, big moments. I love me some playoff basketball when greatness is up for grabs.
Weekdays, 1 and 6 Eastern.
It's the theater. It ain't just a game. It's the theater of the game. You got to live for that.
The Stephen A. Smith Show on Sirius XM.
A show so nice, you get it twice on Channel 82, in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
Hey, Jim Rome here. What's cracking?
Hi.
Hope you're enjoying the game, and when you're not taking in a game, find us on Sirius Channel 161, XM Channel 206. In fact, we'll be there every weekday afternoon, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've got something you want to break down from this game, you know where to find us. Just make sure you have it taken. Don't suck.
Step your game up.
That has never changed. In fact, the show has never changed. We're just back home, and it's great to be there. Sirius 161, XM 206. See you there.
5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and Ford employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. 13:31 left in the first. Buffalo out to a 1-0 lead, and Hampus Lindholm goes to the box for cross-checking Zach Benson. So Buffalo's power play will get the first opportunity of the night. They were 1 for 3 in Game 5. They are 1 out of 20 officially in the series.
In the first period, they scored, though, the other day in Buffalo. Broken play, but they were due.
Face-off, win in the defensive zone by Corrali. McAvoy from behind the net, shoots it off the near boards. Thompson makes a nice play at the blue line to keep it in. Gets it to tuck at the top of the circle. Over to the far side. Controlled over there by Norris at the hash marks. He'll go down low for Zucker. Banks it off the end wall to the near side circle for Thompson. Puts it back toward Dahlin. Dahlin to the right circle for Norris. Back to Dahlin, who threw it to the far side of the net, looking for Zucker to tip that home. Instead, it'll be cleared out to center ice.
It'll make a quick change for the Bruins. Forwards.
Dahlin plays it through the right circle. Tuck rims it around the near side. Zucker to Dahlin. Over to the far circle, and a one-timer by Norris goes wide.
He was looking for a pass there.
Dahlin, center of the blue line. Working his way to the top of the far circle. Now to Thompson at the near side. Throws a shot in on Swayman, who makes the glove save and hangs on.
So, I know you're shorthanded, but you win a face-off clean inside your zone. That puck has to go 200 feet. We talked during the season, if the Bruins aren't on their game, they're icing the puck off of a face-off win.
Right.
But that's a shorthanded face-off clean win. To me, that's got to go 200 feet.
Thompson off of this face-off to Dahlin, back to Thompson. High slot Norris plays it toward the far side. Minton had broken his stick, but Aspro has the puck, and he'll clear it all the way down.
It's a good break for the Bruins, right?
It'll be taken here by Dahlin, bringing it back through the neutral zone. Leaves it behind. McLeod gets into the Boston zone. Zucker keeps it moving around the boards to the far side for Doan. Doan walks it down toward the corner. Pass all the way across to McLeod. Back up top for Dahlin with the drive, and Swayman makes that save. Zadorov will clear the rebound. 30 seconds left on the Hampus Lindholm penalty. 12 minutes to go here in the first period. Buffalo's up 1. Thompson gives off on the right side. Doan back around the near side wall. Benson gets knocked down by Peak. Puck kept into the line by Byram. Over to Doan along that far side. They work it back to Byram. On to McLeod again on the right circle. Down low. Benson swiveled it in front. Doan kicked it toward the net. And Husnadinov comes away from the fray with the puck. Backhands it up the near side. Cut off by Benson inside the blue line.
It's a hand pass.
Whistle and a hand pass here against Buffalo.
That's a good save by Swayman. They're going to attack the net strong from the right wing side to the left of Swayman, and they're just looking for a bounce in front, anything. And they got it. And Swayman able to hold strong down low. Right, Benson brings this puck. He tried to jam it in there to Doan. It goes off a skate, goes onto the pads of Swayman, and then Husnadinov pulls it out of the pile.
It looked like Doan kind of angled that left skate, which is legal. No kicking
completely
motion.
Legal, yeah. I love that. I think guys should do more of that. It's not a kicking motion. It's just angling your skate.
Off this face-off in the neutral zone, Sabres control the puck. Bruins are back at full strength here. 11:23 to go in this first period, down by 1. Mallenstein will play it down around behind the net. Kozak from back there sends over to Power, top of the right circle. Shot off of Middlestat, goes up over the glass, out of play.
Yeah, so, we're not quite halfway through the first period, but the Sabres have dictated the pace of play so far, and I know that they had a power play that helped that, but from the Bruins standpoint, when Marco Sturm said after Game 3 we were tight, okay, you're in a do or die. It's 1-0. Your goaltender's got your back. Now it's time to get your legs going here.
Off this face-off, puck kicks toward Pasternak in the slot. He'll carry out all the way to the red line. Lifts it over Samuelson, trying to get after it into the near corner. Nails Power, and Power in turn nails the wall. Middlestat got it over to that far circle. Zock having to kick it onto his stick. Now McAvoy will angle it around behind the net.
Couldn't get the shot away.
Pasternak toward the slot, was deflected off a stick. It's grabbed by Mallenstein. He'll work his way through the neutral zone. McAvoy trying to hold him off as they go into the far corner. Hampus Lindholm joins over there as well. We got a broken stick here as Zaka takes it toward the far side. Hampus headed back to the bench to replace his Timber, and the puck comes lobbing across the ice and hits the top of the glass and stays in play.
Almost went over.
McAvoy to Minton up the right side for Steves. Lost the puck coming through the neutral zone, regains and dumps in. Ryan handed off behind the net. Byram gets it, turns from the near side circle. Long pass up ice. Tipped into the Bruins zone by Krebs. Zadorov in the far corner under pressure. That broken stick still in the way. Puck came out toward the slot. Kicked back toward the far side by Steves. He'll grab it and go. Headman's a pass to Minton. Sent down the left wing corner. Timmins plays it around behind the net. Peak comes down to the hash marks. Puck taken by Byram. He's going to lead the Sabres rush to the Boston line. Back checking Geekie, able to take that puck away.
Yeah, nice job there. That allows the D to stand up.
Here's a chance. Middlestat's all alone into the Buffalo zone. And 2 saved by Lyon. Got the first one in and out of his glove, and then Middlestat with a backhand rebound, and Lyon denied that one as well.
Yeah, it starts with a good back check and stand up there from Geekie, and and the defense, and all of a sudden now you've got transition going, and Sabres on a bad line change.
Bruins with possession in their own zone. McAvoy gives to Aspero. Pass up the right side. Helped into the attack zone by Kastelik. Race for it in the right wing corner. Power try to play it back around near side. Instead it'll go to the far side. Samuelson takes a hit from Kastelik. Power from the near corner. Pass out into the neutral zone for Benson. Turns it over at center ice. Kastelik a takeaway. He'll send it across the ice, and McAvoy waits for it over by the Bruins bench. McAvoy with a pass ahead of the attacking blue line. Gets Kastelik into the zone. Centering pass got tipped. Corrali trying to
get back now.
Knock that one toward the net. It was taken away instead. McLeod back in across the Boston line. Far circle. And the pass intended for Zucker didn't connect.
Yeah, not a well-executed 3-on-2 that time by the Sabres. They had an opportunity there.
Jack Quinn skates back into the Bruins zone, lost the puck. Corrali turns back up ice. Got Pasternak coming through center along with Husnadinov. Husnadinov coming in, and the pad stopped by Lyon. Far side point, shot by Hampus Lindholm, turned away. Far corner, Timmins under pressure. Gets it to Quinn, on to McLeod, and he'll settle things back to Byram. Zucker and Peak get clogged up in the neutral zone. Here's Zacha getting it back into the Buffalo end. Husnadinov held off it by Zucker. Tucked from behind his net to Timmins in the far corner. He'll lift one high into the air, bouncing down into the Bruins zone. Zucker skates onto it, gets it to Thompson coming on, and his shot goes wide of Swayman. Back to Dahlin, it comes at the left point. Pass down low comes to Thompson. Thompson stepping in behind the net. Gives off to Krebs. He'll peel it back toward the near side wall, all the way out to the center of the blue line. To Samuelson. Shot, scores! Matthias Samuelson threw one at the net from out near the blue line. It finds its way in through a screen, and it's 2-0 Buffalo.
That's like a nothing play. There's a lot of bodies down there in front of Jeremy Swayman. We're looking at a replay right now. I mean, there's 4 bodies in front of him, and this shot somehow finds a way through. This is after the Bruins had chances from Husnadinov and from Mittelstadt. But there are 4 jerseys in front of Swayman. 2 black, 2 white. Krebs drops this puck off for Samuelson. Not even top of the left wing circle, he's above it. But Swayman he can't see it.
No. So for Matthias Samuelson, his second goal of the series, scored in game 1. And the Bruins down 2 here on home ice with 12.5 gone in this first period. Puck batted around behind Swayman's net toward the near side corner. Power getting deep against Geekie. Hampus will play it off the far side boards. He's got Mittelstadt. Whips it across the ice. Geekie coming up the right wing side. Takes a long shot. Save made by Lyon. Rebound. And Power able to get control of it. Going back behind the net. It's knocked down by Elias Lindholm along the end boards. Mittelstadt far side circle. Back to Hampus. Center of the blue line. Steps to his left. Sends one toward the net, but that one will sail out of play. And will be a face-off in the Buffalo zone when we come back. 6:57 to go here in the first period. Sabres 2, Bruins nothing. On the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
At TD, they know when the lights are at their brightest, Boston is at its boldest, and the fans are at their loudest. This city was built for the playoffs, and they can't wait to cheer alongside you every step of the way, from puck drop to the final buzzer. TD, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless Boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless Boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Still with it. Here's a one-timer and a score!
Sirius XM 91.
2-0 lead here in Game 6 at TD Garden. Alex Tuck at 3:25 and Matthias Samuelson at 12:26, the goal scorers for the Sabres. Face off inside the Buffalo zone.
Yeah, both goals. I know Samuelson scores, but Dahlin, defensemen joining the rush. They're very active. They're good. And they've both been creative in these first 2 goals.
Asamon trying to kick it into the Buffalo zone, but Minton was trapped in there offside, so he'll blow that play down with 6:46 to go here in the period.
Yeah, one off the cycle and another one off the rush, but both defensemen getting involved offensively. Dahlin makes a good pass, and Samuelsson, a little bit of a seeing eye shot, but you've got traffic in front. Not a hard shot.
No.
But if you don't see it.
Face off just outside the Buffalo line. Bruins control it. Aspero to Husnudinov, and deep it goes. Byram goes behind the Sabres net and brings it back toward that far side corner. Pass out of the zone. They'll work it toward Benson. Ricocheted off him, and then as he's in pursuit of the puck, he gets knocked down by Aspero.
Interference.
And they're going to call Aspero. Well, they whistle at a trip, but I would agree.
Either way.
Either way. So Buffalo will go back to the power play for the second time in this period.
That was a good bounce for him, and then he's trying to get to that puck. Did Benson go down a little easy? Maybe, but I think you got to call that.
Yeah, stick gets in there. So Bruins down 2, and now shorthanded for the second time. McAvoy plays it off the near side boards. Kastelik can't get it out of the zone around Thompson. Dahlin gets it over to Norris, far side. Norris played down toward the corner. Zucker and McAvoy battling. Tuck and Hampus Lindholm get over there as well. And now Norris and Corrali. Puck comes out toward the high slot. Kastelik is the only guy out there. He'll carry the Bruins forward.
Late guy
3
coming.
on 2. He's got Corrali left circle, and a shot gets blocked into the near corner.
He's got a late guy coming, wide open, coming down the slot.
Kastelik from the neutral zone will play it back into the Buffalo end.
You've got to see that. You've got to see that. It's a shorthanded chance. It basically becomes a 2-on-2, but then a 3-on-2, and wide open, the late guy.
It comes around the near side boards of the Bruins zone. Norris at the hash marks. Angles off the boards back to Dahlin. Walks it along the blue line. Takes a straight on shot. Swayman's got that held up against his body.
I mean, that's. I understand they're not a team that scores off the rush. But Kastelik's going to get this puck to Corrali. And you've got a third guy coming wide open down the slot in Hampus Lindholm. I mean, wide open. Thompson gets back, Dahlin's back. That's 2-on-2, but you've got a 3-on-2 clear cut.
Dahlin ended up blocking that shot.
That's a tough one for me, because if I'm that guy coming late, the puck carries, he's catching an earful.
Doan at the side of the net. Gives over to the far side. Now up top here for Byram. Pass down the left wing circle. Quinn right in front for Doan. Chopped wide of the net. 48 still to go on the penalty here for the Bruins. On that far wall, Quinn able to win a battle. Here's Byram stepping to the top of the left circle with a shot that goes up and over the net. McLeod.
Yeah, that had Doan parked right in front.
Quinn, center blue line. On to Byram, left circle. Back to Quinn. Walks it back toward the center. Now Byram, top of the left circle. Pass a little too hot for Doan, but he's able to regain as Pete goes down. Back in the far corner. They work it back up top for a one-timer by Quinn. Saved by Swayman, and he covers the loose rebound.
Yeah, so the Bruins started to find their footing a little bit. You had break-ins by Husnudinov had one of them, and Middlestad had the other one. Those were the first couple shots of the game for the Bruins. But when you're winning face-offs in the defensive zone, shorthanded, you're not getting the puck out of the zone, not identifying off the rush, offensively or defensively, they're just off a little bit right now. Not as bad as Game 4,
no.
But they're off a little bit right now.
McAvoy gets the clear here off a face-off win. 10 seconds left on the Aspero penalty. For 35 to go in the first period. Buffalo up 2 goals. Paige Thompson from center ice skates into the Boston line. Krebs to Byram. Byram walking it down the left wing wall. Behind the net to Krebs. Power play is over as Aspero joins the play. Off the near side corner. Jeannot shoving Byram, but Krebs picks up the puck. Krebs will skate it back out and deal it back down low. Tuck and to get away from Jeannot as they go behind the net to the far side circle. Tuck hands off over there. Dahlin steps in behind the net, puck in his backhand as he comes toward the near side circle. Brings it all the way back out to the blue line. Pass to his left for Byram. Byram pressured by Aspero, takes him off the puck. McAvoy can't get it through Tuck. Now Thompson out near the blue line. Throws a shot to the net. That one tipped and went wide.
It was tipped by Krebs.
Swayman was indicating it was a high stick, but the Bruins played it, and so they will get it out of the zone. Ozak took it away just outside the Boston blue line and gets it right back deep as the rest of the Sabres unit was changing here. McAvoy to Yoki Haru in the far corner. Turns away from Greenway. Lobs one out towards center ice. Glove there by Pasternak. He'll carry in across the Buffalo line. Coming to the right side. Couldn't get off a shot with Mallenstein bearing down on him. Geekie will spin it back in behind the net. Pasternak right in front. Elias Lindholm gets stoned by Lyon.
Bruins' chances have been good ones.
Here's Pasternak coming out from behind the net. Loose puck into the slot, and Zadorov's shot didn't make it to the net. Greenway will toss it back out to center.
Middlestat, Husadinov, and now Elias Lindholm. They've all been point blank.
Lyon drops it back into play here. Off a dump in. Power will skate the Sabres out. 2:48 to go in the period. They gain entry. Doan sends it toward the front of the net. Power couldn't get a stick on it. Swayman scoops it up with the glove and draws a whistle. Timeout with 2:44 left here in the first. Buffalo 2, Bruins nothing. On the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your local New England Honda dealer today.
Score a hat trick with Avidia Bank's free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks. And never get blindsided by minimum balance requirements or monthly fees. That's a win for your wallet, hockey fans. Visit AvidiaBank.com. Avidia Bank. Honest to goodness. Member FDIC. Member DIF.
This hockey season, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donated $50,000 to the Greater Boston Food Bank and have graciously agreed to continue the Feeding Puck for Families initiative throughout Boston's playoff run. This means, once again, every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will continue to donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Tune into the games on 98.5 The Sports Hub and learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Hi, I'm Patty Staples, Business Development Manager at Blue Sky Restoration. If you experience property damage, Blue Sky is the only company you'll need. With locations across New England, we respond 24/7 and get you back on your feet in no time. Just visit gobluesky.com and we'll be ready. Blue Sky, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your local New England Honda dealer today.
Fans, tonight's 50-50 raffle benefits the Joe Andruzzi and Family Reach Foundations and celebrates their mission to provide help, hope, and a reason to smile for New England cancer patients and their families. Purchase raffle tickets now at bostonbruins.com/5050.
Almost 160,000 right now.
Not a bad haul. And still counting. 2:44 left here in the first. Bruins down 2. In a must-win game here at TD Garden. Zadorov gets Peak moving up the right side, trying to center it. Picked off by Dahlin.
Zadorov and Peak leading the rush. That's probably not ideal.
Dahlin going to lift it back into the Bruins zone here. Zadorov in the far corner. Sends it hard around the near side wall. Gets deflected, but gets to Steves. Can't get it clear. Dahlin from inside the blue line sends one toward the high slot. Far side circle, and Timmons' shot gets blocked.
That's
from Peak's stick.
Benson was right in front. Peak's got no stick.
Puck comes out of the zone. Dahlin will back up. Both teams starting to change here. Doan going to get it back into the Bruins zone. He skates it toward the top of the left circle. Shot turned away by Swayman. Jokiharju dumped Benson in the near corner. Samuelsson throws a long shot in on Swayman. He will cover that up. And another face-off in the D zone coming.
So it's been a period where the Bruins have been on their heels. 2 penalties, 2 goals against, and they haven't been able to establish that forecheck that they need to in order to win, right? But they've had chances off the rush where, Lyon has come up with good saves. They've been in behind the defense of the Buffalo Sabres a couple times now. The chance by Lindholm, Elias Lindholm, wasn't so much off the rush, but the other ones were. And you had opportunities to make better plays off the rush.
This off win here by McLeod. Byram's shot gets knocked down in front of Swayman's crease. Zucker pulls it in behind, got it out in front, and that's broken up by Jokiharju.
Jokiharju got a piece there.
Zucker gets it back to McLeod at the right point. Sends one through the far circle. Tipped off of Zucker toward the near side. He's able to track it. Back toward the near corner comes Quinn. Skates it all the way out toward the blue line. And back down toward the corner. Geekie is there. Around the far wall for Middlestat. Pass to Elias Lindholm. Stops at his own blue line and plays it forward. Sabres take it from there. And 20 to go in the period. Byram in the near circle of his own zone for Buffalo. Power passes to his right for Thompson. Dump in from the red line around the near side wall. McAvoy got it back behind the net to Zadorov. His pass overshot Kusnedinov. That turns into a Bruins icing. 55 seconds to go in the period.
So period not over yet, and you're down 2-0. Still got to close this period out, but you're in a better situation than you were in Game 4. Game 4 was just so bad, you're down 4-0 in the first period.
Right.
There's a lot you can clean up. They've got energy, but now they've got to. You got to start winning some battles. Now you've got to start getting your feet moving. You got to move. You're going to be more effective moving the puck out of your own zone. It's. You've been on your heels this period. Buffalo's had by far the better of the play. You don't get out of your game plan yet. Way too early for that.
Comes around behind the Bruins net. McAvoy shoots it around the far side. It hit the referee, and the Bruins can't clear. A centering pass from Tuck toward Thompson. Couldn't connect in front. Pasternak will push back the other direction. Gets to the Boston line, or the Buffalo line. Zacha with a free puck. Couldn't get a shot through some traffic.
Tuck lifted his stick just before he got the shot away.
Near side circles. Zacha threw one in front. Kicked away there by Lyon. 15 to go in the period. Pasternak on the far side. Thompson able to get it out of the zone. McAvoy from the blue line will send it back in. 5 to go in the period. Timmins, a kick off the far boards. It'll be played back in behind the Buffalo net. Power will take it from there, and the siren will sound to end the first period. Well, Buffalo able to get the jump on the Bruins in the first 20 minutes and take a 2-0 lead into the locker room at the end of one as the Sabres look to finish off this series here tonight in Game 6. We'll have our first intermission coming up from TD Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on Charlotte FC Saturday, May 2nd at Gillette Stadium. The last time the Revs played at Gillette Stadium, fans witnessed a thrilling comeback win, giving them 4 wins in a row and still undefeated record at home.
This place a rough.
Come witness the exciting brand of soccer that is Revolution Soccer. RevolutionSoccer.net tickets to see the Revs take on Charlotte FC on Saturday night, May 2nd at Gillette Stadium. RevolutionSoccer.net tickets.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
You're not dreaming. Astound Gig Wi-Fi is just $40 a month. Forever. It's the deal of a lifetime. Plus, you get a $200 gift card. What if your internet bill just never went up? No surprises, no contracts, no increases. No, seriously. Just $40 a month for Gig Wi-Fi. For life. And a bonus $200 gift card when you switch today. Why wait? Go to astound.com.
When you see a Gravely mowing the grass, you're looking at over 100 years of ingenuity and action. You're seeing a rugged, durable machine professional lawn service companies have relied on for generations. Or maybe you see a homeowner who demands the best, cutting their own lawn like the pros. Whether mowing or on a trailer between jobs, when you see a Gravely, you're seeing greatness at work. Take your lawn mowing up a notch with a Gravely. See the full line at your local dealer.
Who's watching your network when the threats come fast?
Intra-Systems.
Who detects, responds, and shuts attacks down day and night?
Intra-Systems.
Who powers advanced protection with Barracuda XDR before damage is done?
Intra-Systems.
Serving New England for 30 years. Access, security, trust. Intrasystems.com.
Now Tage Thompson turns with it all on the near wall, hands off to Dahlin. Dahlin got it in front and they score. Alex Tuck right at the front of the crease, able to redirect that around Jeremy Swayman. And Buffalo grabs a 1-0 lead less than 3.5 minutes in. Alex Tuck's 4th goal of the playoff series, and then Matthias Samuelsson scored later on in the period as well, and Buffalo has themselves a 2-0 lead at the end of one here at TD Garden in Game 6. Back with Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Not the start that the Bruins or their fans were hoping here as they try and even up this series and get it to a Game 7.
Yeah, so I'm not going to... It's not comparable to Game 4,
no,
which was just so ugly. Hate to keep bringing that up, but it's hard to forget. You're down 2 now. And you're on your heels a lot of that period, but you did generate, I would say, 3 really good opportunities for yourself, right? Kustadinov in alone, Middlestad in alone, and Elias Lindholm right on the doorstep on a pass from Pastrnak from below the goal line. They let a good scoring chance get away from him shorthanded when Corrali didn't see Lindholm coming late, Hampus Lindholm coming late. But chances were there. But if you dissect the entire period, Sabres were by far the better team. And not just the 2 goals that they scored. They were the better team. They had some good chances. They were in the zone a lot. They created 2 power plays for themselves. The Bruins have yet to kind of establish themselves in that offensive zone on a forecheck to create chances for themselves. They did once. That was Elias Lindholm's chance on the pass from Pastrnak, but not enough in that period, no question. Did they break the puck out clean enough? No. Did they get through the neutral zone clean enough? No. Buffalo had a lot of possession time that period. So, okay, you're down 2. It's not like you're down 4. And that was the case in Game 4.
Right.
You're down 4 after the first period. A huge uphill climb. You score 1, okay. Now things get changed up a little bit. That's the challenge in front of them right now. How do they get that going? find their game. And I'm sure that that's what they're talking about. If we get one, we're going to be okay. But we got to get one. And we've got to get to our game. Because they did not have their
patient or your business. I can help, because next time, it's not luck, it's a red flag.
Make the right choice. Call Figo Car and Joyce at 810-2121 or visit yourborderattorneys.com.
One team, one goal, to beat cancer together. Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center is proud to celebrate the Buffalo Sabres on their run through the Stanley Cup playoffs in over 10 years of their partnership as the official comprehensive cancer care provider of the Buffalo Sabres. Together, they're making a difference beyond the ice, bringing cancer awareness, education, and early detection to local communities. Learn more at roswellpark.org/onegoal.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Upstate Honda Dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today. By Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. By Verizon. Powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store to check out the latest deal. By Level Financial Advisors. Helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. By Blue Star Home Services. Your heating and cooling experts. Get started at bluestarhs.com. And by UPS Stores. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
2, Bruins 1 here in the second.
Now we'll take a look at what Geeky does here. Watch him far side stepping up right here. And he steps into Benson after the puck is well up the ice at center ice. He finishes his check, takes Benson to the ice. Sabres going to the power play here for the third time here in this game. 5 shots generated in the first 2 opportunities.
I said it in the first period, the intention that Zach Benson is drawing from these Bruins, as you mentioned, is right into the game plan of number 6.
That's 2 penalties already he's drawn in this game.
Minton didn't want to cover it. Thompson for Dahlin and a blast. That is kicked away by Swayman. Thompson playing it in behind the net, and the Bruins with a chance to mail this one down the ice, and they will. Alex Lyon will leave it for Rasmus Dahlin, who had the second assist of his NHL playoff career on Alex Tuck's first goal of this hockey game. Tage Thompson with 2 assists, carrying it into the Boston zone. Dahlin with the keep in. To the far circle and back to Dahlin again. Tage Thompson over on that far left side has the puck and a lane to take the shot. This is coming out as it usually does. Boston getting a change of the kill unit. Corrali is the first at the center ice red line to meet Rasmus Dahlin, who will drop it back. Line is gained as McLeod on the wall trying to go back. That's a little bit too high, and that's going to come back.
Yeah, it should come back into the...
Looks like just ahead of the Sabres blue line.
Sabres side here. It's going to come up the wall here, McLeod, and it's going to want Lindholm's stick here, and Dahlin picking this one out of the air.
Such an instinct reaction.
It is, and you don't want to let it get by you, because you don't know who's coming here with any type of speed, and if they can get in behind you, it leads to an opportunity. So why not just touch it and get the face off?
So Michael Kesselring giving Rasmus Dahlin a couple of taps on the bench there. Kesselring's played 5 shifts, 4 1/4 in his first game in the Stanley Cup playoffs, drawing in for Logan Stanley, who did skate today and took the warm-up as well, so I don't know that there would be a lengthy absence for him. Yeah. Just was under the weather a little bit.
Yeah, why put in somebody if they're not 100% when you got extra guys sitting here? So
yeah, you got a few chomping at the bit right now with playoff experience.
Yeah, and you got fresh guys coming in, so it never hurts at this point in a series to get fresh guys coming in.
Good entry by McLeod from behind the net, leaves it over the far circle. This is Quinn down low in behind the net. Trying to backhand pass, it was blocked, and now the Bruins are going to get it again. And the Sabres trying to find a way to the front of the net, need to find some sure passes and get some shots here on Swayman. Buffalo so far with just 2 shots in this period. And that move up the middle is going to be taken away, and Giron will chip it down the ice. That will pretty much do it for the power play. 7 seconds to go as Dahlin takes it deep in the Buffalo end.
Yeah, I think just trying to do a little too much individually there on this power play. Just needs to relax and slow down.
Dahlin, individual effort there, and a save made by Swayman. Just got a piece of that one. Well, Geeky is onto the ice, and he's got the puck on the wall, standing still, though. Cross-ice feed is out of the reach of Zaka, but right to Alex Lyon. And he'll sweep that one for Dahlin. Geeky stepping up, pumping it to the corner for Pasternak. He's got the Bruins on the board here in the second. Sabres goals from Alex Tuch and Matthias Samuelsson back in the first period. Samuelsson on the wall. Puck comes free. Nice play to tip that one outside the zone. As Beck Malenstein chases it to the Boston line. Now it's Kozak able to sweep it outside the zone. Bruins get possession back again. Puck to the middle of the ice. Pastrnak stood up by Malenstein.
Perfect.
Halfway through this hockey game. 2-1 Sabres. Buffalo has to change here, and Greenway just gets off the ice in time, but it's a dump in anyway by Kozak. Bruins looking up the middle. Alex Lyon getting a stick on that one, tipping it down to the corner. Eyssimont trying to work with Alex Steeves, who comes up with it out of the far corner. Turns and fires. Loose puck in front. They bang away at it. Alex Lyon doesn't have it yet. It's still loose. Zadorov in the corner. Watched by Alex Tuch. Trying not to get a stick between the legs there and trip him up. It comes back to Steeves for a shot. That's off his skate. And now a race for it. Tage Thompson, long, hard strides to get there. He'll leave it on the wall for Peyton Krebs. For Thompson behind the net, just out of his reach. Now comes Bowen Brown. Couple of looks before he gets on that puck in the corner. He'll pop it up top. Peyton Krebs at the line. Sweeps that one down towards Tuch for Norris. Norris finds it, carries it to the blue line. Far circle, Lane is there, walked in, and Swayman makes the stop. And it's cleared out to center ice by Boston. Byram comes right back in. He'll drop it. Krebs holds it. No shot. The pass cross ice is blocked. Comes back to the near wall for Doan. His cross ice pass is tipped. Power, far point with a shot, and that one's going to come out the near side, and the Bruins with a chance with Middlestat to carry to center. He is stripped of the puck there. Great play by Doan, and he gets it into the Boston zone. Bruins dump it to center, and the Sabres chip it right back in. Buffalo turning up the speed here with 8:15 to go. Here's a turnover. Quinn holds it in front. McLeod can't get the shot. He'll carry it to the far wall and then put it out of the reach of Samuelsson all the way down to Alex Lyon. Taking much better care of the puck. The Bruins deflecting some passes but unable to clear. Yoki Haru does this time to center. Buffalo getting it right back again, but a delayed offside is now McLeod tags up. And he'll be first one down to the corner to force the quick pass. Boston to center. Line is gained. Good stick. Keeping the play for Geekie on the wall. He'll sweep it around to Pastrnak. Off his stick to the point. Behind the net for Geekie. Geekie swings it out front, and Alex Lyon got the stick down, and then it's off the boards and out. That time is Quinn. Sends it into the Boston zone. Hampus Lindholm. Gets a pass across the line. Jeannot trying to drop that one for Zacha. Sabres get it back again. This is Malenstein charging down the wall. He'll play it in behind the Boston net. Greenway with a hit on Aspero. Usnedinov given a bump by Malenstein. Now Hampus Lindholm behind the net. Greenway comes over. And it's played up the center. And now Pastrnak trying to find his way down the wall, but well played by Power. Puck is loose in the corner. Corrali pinching in along with Husnedinov. Now Samuelsson, look out, puts it right on the stick of Corrali. Tries to center it, comes back to the point. Near circle, Kastelik fired it just wide. Bruins changing, hit the player, going to the bench, no call. And Alex Lyon reaching out with the stick, touching it to the corner for Power. Kastelik charging in for a hit. Sabres get it outside the zone. Alex Tuch making sure of that. Tuch making his way up to the Bruins line is Tage Thompson. Reaching for it. Thompson to the net. Holds it. Thompson and Tuch far post, and Swayman doesn't have it. Puck to the corner. Krebs plays it back to the point. Sabres still with it. 6 minutes to go in the second. Tie up here by Kastelik. Bowen Byram had his stick out near center. That's what the fans are reacting to as Connor Timmins goes right up the middle. Timmins still holds it in front with a pass. Patience here. Norris can't get the shot away, and it's cleared down the ice.
Oh, man, is it tight out there. Every time you get an opportunity to take a shot in an area bang, there's a stick on you, there's a man on you for both teams here.
Sabres working up the wing here with Rasmus Dahlin down into the corner. 5.5 to go in the second. 1-goal game. Here's a puck with 2 Sabres in front, picked off by the Bruins. Now it's Minton who brings it in across the line, plays it to the wing for a shot, and that is blocked. Byram comes up with it. Sabres carry 3 to center. Benson out of the way of the hit, and the Bruins wipe themselves out at center ice. Now the play down to the corner. Doan playing it to the side of the net. Sabres keep possession here. Good play down low as McLeod tries to work free with it. And now Boston will come away up towards center. Steves, cross-ice pass. Sabres try to get this puck out of the zone. They got to clear it, and they do. And now Zadorov being watched by Zucker. Goes cross-ice in the Bruins middle stat at center. Onto the wing for Geekie. 4.5 to go in the second. Back towards the point. Zucker breaks it up. Chops it ahead to the Boston line. No possession yet for the Sabres as Lindholm touches it back. 5-4 shots in favor of the Bruins in this period. 16-11 in the game in favor of Buffalo, who lead it 2-1. Power slowly out of the Sabres zone. Puck is tipped in. Swayman going to leave that one. Malenstein almost got it to the front of the net. McAvoy up with it. He'll skate it up towards the blue line. Takes a hit from Malenstein as he fed it ahead. And then Malenstein got a piece of middle stack. Here's Timmins to the red line and in. Flipped off the glass. Peyton Krebs against Aspero. Down comes Tage Thompson. He and Pasternak battling for it along with McAvoy as the Bruins come up with it behind their own net. And now up the wing. No room as Alex Tuck shuts the door on Husnadinov. Here's Bowen Byram seeing Buffalo changing and Boston not pressing whatsoever here.
They're starting to pull back here a little bit, get in that zone. There's 3 minutes left in the second period. And they're going to that game where they just kind of drop out and not put any pressure on it, just challenging the Sabres to come at them. So you got to come up with speed, get it in behind them.
I think the Bruins are okay playing in a 1-goal game into the third. Can the Sabres extend it here? As the puck is played by Doan. And we get a stoppage with 2:45 to go. Physicality, and they're turning on the Jets. The intensity with everything that's on the line.
I'm John Woyden, president of Great Lakes Building Systems, where our business is protecting your business. We install and service complex fire protection, security, and video monitoring systems. You've worked hard to build your business. Protect your employees, yourself, and your assets by leaving your company's security to the experts. Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE for a comprehensive security assessment. We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Protecting your business is our business.
Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE or go to glbs-inc.com.
Get BuffaloLaw.com. Get BuffaloLaw.com. They don't play, they make them pay. Injured, get help today. Get Buffalo Law. They know the way. Get BuffaloLaw.com.
Cantor, Wolf, Castro, and Hall, 959 Kenmore Avenue, Buffalo, New York. Attorney advertising. Injured? Get BuffaloLaw.com. 716-848-8000.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next, including your favorite team's next playoff run. With digital checking tools that are a total game changer, like spending alerts to let you know when you've gone overboard on team gear, security features to lock your debit card should it go missing while you're doing the wave, and of course, early pay, which lets you get paid up to 2 days early. That's what we call a power play in banking. To learn more, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC, Northwest Bank, for what's next.
WGR.
Let's play some comeback trivia, shall we? Twice in franchise history, the Buffalo Sabres have won 6 road games in a single playoff run, the most ever by the team. In which seasons did this occur? Going for seasons now, not players.
Well, didn't we beat Ottawa in the
or 99. 3 straight there. I might have to stay out of this as you ask these questions because I may have seen answers when I ask these questions.
So, yeah, you cheat every night.
Face off in the Boston zone. McLeod will lean in to take this one for Buffalo. 2:45 left on the clock in the second. It's a 2-1 game. Tuck, Samuelson, and Pasternak scored the latest goal in this game at 1:54 of this period. Brought the building alive after the Bluebirds were out in the first. But a 2-goal game in this era of the NHL is not the era of a long way ago, as Alex Lyon makes a stop there, and the Sabres will just chop it out to center. Geekie can't handle it clean, and the Bruins Lindholm inside his own line will play it to center. Sabres up 3-2 in the series. With the puck up towards center, very calmly, and now just possessing without Boston chasing here.
Hey, this is fine. You take all the time and make sure you're 100% prepared. And look at this, Tate Thompson coming down. He's going to get a boatload of speed coming up.
Thompson against Jokiharju in the corner. He plays it for Lindholm behind the net, goes for a bit of a stumble. That's the pressure of Thompson, who comes up with it and fires. Swayman makes the save, blockers it to the corner. Bruins calling for Henry Jokiharju to skate it out. Tage Thompson's got to wait here. Now everybody's onside. Cross ice pass works with a drop for Timmins. He's a defenseman in on the rush, and now Power's got 2 Bruins bearing down on him. In behind the net, Power with a hard stop behind Alex Lyon. He'll skate up towards the spoke B at center. Play it for Alex Tuck with a shot, and a save there by Swayman. Not a bad shot by Alex Tuck. Trying a little no-look at magic there. Stays 2-1.
If you see a garage door ad offering a $29 service call, be careful. Hi, this is Jen Kuhn from Hamburg Overhead Door. We've been hearing from homeowners across Western New York who thought they were calling a local company only to end up with out-of-town dispatchers, inflated prices, and unnecessary repairs. Before you book, make sure you're working with a real local company you can trust. At Hamburg Overhead Door, we've been serving this community for decades with honest, upfront service. Call 649-3600 or visit hamburgdoor.com.
For Raylax Honda, here's General Manager Bill Wertheim and Paul Hamilton.
Hey, Paul, I was thinking.
Uh-oh.
Hear me out. A great hockey team and car dealership have a lot of similar characteristics.
Well, what's that?
Well, it's a knowledgeable staff, great players and employees, solid coaching and management, and an awesome product on the ice and on the road. You see what I mean?
Yes, basically you're a great organization.
Exactly.
Raylax, we've got this.
Hey, you stole my line.
Oh, sorry.
Raylax Honda, Southwestern Boulevard in Orchard Park, or at RaylaxHonda.com.
What's your outlet?
Score a hat trick of savings at Outlet Liquor. Buy any wine or champagne priced at $13.99 or less and build your own sale. Buy 3 to 5 bottles for $1 off each one. That's your hat trick. Want a power play? Grab 6 bottles or more and savings jump to $2 off per bottle. Fill a 12-bottle case and save $24. Mix and match hundreds of brands. Bottle bundle deals only at the place to buy a case. Outlet Liquor, official partner of the Buffalo Sabres.
What's your outlet?
WGR.
For all playoff home games, pregame party in the Plaza at Ticketmaster Alumni Plaza will kick off 3 hours before puck drop, followed by the watch party at Canal Side 2 hours before. So don't miss out. RSVP and get all the details at Sabres.com/playoffs.
Yeah, and got to say hi to all the kids at the Geneseo. They're having a big party for the Sabres here tonight, so hello to all them. Sure what bar you're at, but turn it up.
Face off in the Boston zone with 1:13 left here in this second period. Norris against Zacha, who wins it for Boston. It's a flip out looking for Husnudinov or Pasternak. Zacha joins the play. Tried to spin that one to the net, but it's blocked high. And feeling that one is Benson still. As it's left behind the net here, that's a bit of a late communique. As Samuelson gets there, took a hit for it. And it's played out near center, and McAvoy will chop it right back in. Under a minute to go. Sabres led 2-0 after one. Pasternak with the goal at 1:54 of the period. We're at 2-1. Puck behind the net. Swayman will play it for Zadorov. Sabres were able to take the eyes away from Swayman early in this game, and that allowed him not to see a puck or two, and they wound up in the back of the net, and he thinks they got to get back to that somehow.
Yeah. You know, Marty was talking about it in the pregame there. You know, you got to get him moving or you got to get him screened. And because if he sees it, he's going to stop it. And I think the big thing is here, they've got him moving a little bit, but they've got guys in front of the net there. Samuelson going, 4 guys stacked up in front of him. There's no way he's seeing that puck come through. So, you know, when you hit this point in the series, you know all the little things that need to happen to make sure you get yourself the opportunity to score. And when you get in there, you better pile it up.
Bruins shoot it in behind the net. Power for Greenway. His backhand clear with 20 seconds will settle back to the Boston blue line. And no icing on the play as Power behind the net. Middlestat will just drive by. And Power doesn't need to make any risky passing plays. That's off of Malestein, and that's the play you didn't want to make with 5.9 seconds.
No, you might better just stood back there and just let this period run out. You know, right now you're going to give them 5.9 seconds left here in a face-off in the offensive zone for the Boston Bruins.
And 88 came right over the boards as soon as that happened.
Yeah, you're going to get Zaka, you're going to get all the guys out there for this face-off. And
Sabres group's been out there for 34 seconds at the most. Mallenstein and Power, the rest are about 30 seconds or so on average.
Yeah, that's not really the issue. It's just you lose a face-off, it leads to an opportunity. Yeah. You win the face-off, you're fine, but you know, in that case there was no pressure by the Bruins. You just hold back there, let the period run out.
53-47 percentage face-off advantage to the Sabres so far in this one, and that's a big win by Kozak as the play goes to the corner instead of the front of the net, and now that will do it. So the Sabres give up the 1 goal here in this second, but they do take a 1-goal lead into the third, trying to end this series.
Yeah, very big push there by the Bruins there. Even bigger push in that second period than the first period. You know, come out the end of that goal, but I think as the period went on, they kind of come back to life a little bit, and the Sabres started playing their game and got to where they wanted to be, started playing in the offensive zone again.
All right, Dan and Rob, thank you very much. We're 2 periods in the book. Sabres a period away with a 1-goal lead here of moving on to round 2, but obviously still at least 20 minutes of work to do to make that happen. All right, when we come back, we'll get the intermission report underway. Paul Hamilton will join us live from the press box at TD Garden with his thoughts on period number 2. We're in Game 6 here of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Sabres with a 2-1 lead through 40 minutes of play. You're listening to the Stanley Cup playoffs on Buffalo Sabres Radio.
Hey, Rob Ray here. You know, covering the Sabres, I'm on the road a lot. Early mornings, late nights, and plenty of lake effect surprises. That's why I count on AAA. When my battery died in the cold, AAA Roadside Assistance got me going fast. And the value goes beyond emergencies. Members save on tickets, shopping, travel, and more. As a proud partner of the Buffalo Sabres, AAA delivers great perks all season long. Wherever you're headed across Western New York, count on AAA. Join or renew today at AAA.com.
At Level Financial Advisors, we work with people like you who are about to retire, who want to determine an investment plan, specifically with tax planning, which is one of the most valuable things we do.
Stephen Elwell, Chief Investment Officer, Level Financial Advisors.
At Level Financial Advisors, our job is to help you retire better.
Visit Level Financial Advisors in East Amherst on Transit Road next to Aldi, or their newest location in Orchard Park on North Buffalo Street near Panera and the Loft. Always available online at levelfa.com.
Western New York golfers, listen up. Get ready for an epic season on the greens without draining your wallet. WGR has scored you a hole-in-one deal with the brand new 2026 WGR VIP golf cart. For just one incredibly low price of $129, you unlock a season of premier golfing adventures. Play around at the picturesque Shorewood Country Club, conquer the greens at Shamrock Hills, and tackle the legendary 10th hole at Attica. Keep the fun going with unique experiences like the thrill of night golf at Bobolink, Buffalo's only nighttime golf facility. And keep your swing razor sharp indoors at the Golf Dojo. Then get ready for a challenge you won't forget at Destroyer Golf. New for 2026, every round ends better than it began. Enjoy a bite and drink after your game with their 19th hole sponsor, 1812 Tavern. Plus, you can stock up on all your gear with exclusive deals at Riggs Zurek Golf, Transit at Genesee in Lancaster. That's 8 incredible golf and entertainment experiences for only $129. But hurry, this is a limited offer. Get all the details and purchase your WGR VIP golf card today at GetMyPerks.com. That's getmyperks.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The radio home of your Atlantic Division champion Buffalo Sabres. We are through 40 minutes of hockey from our flagship station in Buffalo. Here's your host, Brian Koziol.
2 periods are complete in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Sabres trying to close out the Bruins. They've got 20 more minutes of work to get it done with a 2-1 advantage right now. As we welcome you into the Intermission Report, I'm Brian Koziol. Our second period stats brought to you by Level Financial Advisors, helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. Shots in the second were 8-7 Boston. The Sabres, though, with the edge in the game, 19-14. The power plays, the Sabres are 0 of 3. The Bruins have yet to go on the power play. We will watch that in the third because the officials usually like to get the penalties to be close to even, and Buffalo hasn't been called yet, although I think they have played very disciplined so far. Lyon is perfect. Lyon has let in 1 so far, 13 of 14, and Swayman has let in 2 on 19 shots. Okay, Paul Hamilton now from TD Garden in the press box. Paul, the Bruins got themselves back in it early on. Can you describe how you saw that 2-on-1 develop?
Well, Quinn's pass into the neutral zone to McLeod wasn't great, and McLeod got stood up. And you turn the puck over. Wrong guys to turn the puck over. Lindholm quickly gets it up to Zacha. Pasternak is in the left circle by himself. Zacha is a gifted passer, puts it right in his wheelhouse. There goes the one-timer, and Lyon has absolutely no chance. I mean, you can't turn the puck over with those guys. You just can't. And just a bad play by Quinn and McLeod.
Yep. All right, well, Paul, the Sabres had another try on the power play. What did you see with that 2 minutes they had when Geekie went for interference?
Yeah, right off the bat, I didn't like how Zucker won the draw and Quinn didn't battle. It was right there, and he just kind of, whatever you want to say, he didn't battle hard, and the puck goes down the ice. So you immediately don't have possession. That's what I'm talking about, is the battles they just don't seem to want to win on the power play. Overall, I think they have battled pretty well on the power play. I didn't like that one. But they've passed up some shots again. And, when they do get an opportunity, it just seems to go off a stick, or it seems like, all right, this is going to be a good opportunity. Dahlin had a couple of shots long, but nobody was in front of the net. That's where you really wish you had a guy in front of the net because they both were bullets, and you probably would have had a good chance to score if you would have had a screen there.
Paul Lyon on the other end, obviously the one he surrenders, no chance, as you mentioned. But overall, 14 shots, so he hasn't been super busy, but I think he still has had some pretty higher quality chances there along the way that he's stopped.
He has. I mean, he made a really good save. Well, first of all, Geekie had a great chance. Kesselring was right at the corner of the crease and got him there. So he made a really good save there. And he had some other ones in the period on Geekie in front. He was right there, and it was a huge save by Lyon on that one. I think they're still, those two goaltenders are the top two stars of the game, just like they should have been the two stars, first and second star in the last game with Swayman number 1. I think right now they should be the first and second star of this game with Lyon number 1.
Yeah, I agree. Paul Hamilton in Boston, where the Sabres lead 2-1. They're 20 minutes away from advancing to the second round where they will face the winner of Tampa and Montreal again if Buffalo wins. Right now, by the way, that Tampa-Montreal game is scoreless with 12 minutes to go in the third period from Montreal. Paul, Bo Byram had a nice look toward the end of the period. He's been one of the Sabres' best players overall through these 6-game series here. I mean, we talked about him coming in, that he has obviously Stanley Cup winning kind of mindset, pedigree with his time with the Avalanche, and I think he's been a really good factor in a positive way for them in this series.
And he took his time on that play, too. He didn't rush it. He saw he had some time coming through the circle, but Swayman stayed with it and really gave him nothing. And, he tried, and we've seen him score on that before, but it was a very good opportunity for Byram and the Sabres on that one, and Swayman was just better.
Yep. Paul, one more thing before I ask you about the third. Lindy Ruff was one of the 3 finalist names today for the Jack Adams Award for Coach of the Year. I think we probably would have booked that he at least would be one of the finalists there. What do you think his chances are of winning?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm not a real... I know people make the case that John Cooper should be there because he was missing 4 and 5 defensemen for a lot of the year, and they still were one of the better defensive clubs. I think people who make that argument forget who's in net for Tampa Bay, but he didn't even win the division, so nothing surprises me, but I think he should be a distant third between Muse and Lindy Ruff.
Yeah, of course, Muse, the coach of Pittsburgh, who was also predicted to maybe be down near the bottom, and the Penguins ended up finishing in second place in the Metro. Okay, let's talk about the third here, Paul. How about one key for Buffalo here to get this done?
All year long, they have been very good at protecting 1-goal leads. So they have another one here to protect. They've only given up 14 shots in the game, 6 in the first period, 8 in the second. Don't sit back, and they don't tend to. But, mind your P's and Q's. Make sure to make the play that lets you live for another day. Don't sit there and make the fancy play that's going to get picked off and turn into a 2-on-1 with Pasternak on the shooting end of it, and you should be okay.
All right. Paul, we'll talk to you on the postgame when it's over.
Okay.
All right, Paul Hamilton and TD Garden in the press box where the Sabres have a 2-1 lead. Our injury report is brought to you by Hamburg Overhead Doors. Your garage door injured, call the experts at Hamburg Overhead Door to get your door healthy again. Well, we know Noah Ostlund is now out and no real timetable on his return, but today it was a return for Josh Norris. Norris so far, 12-35, 2 shot attempts, and 4 hits in the game. He's won 3 of 8 faceoffs so far. No, also Logan Stanley, but that's not necessarily injury. It's due to illness. That's why you're seeing Michael Kesselring in on defense today. All right. When we come back, highlights, yes, and we'll get to check of what's going on in that Tampa-Montreal game. They are under 10 to go at the Bell Center. We'll have you the details when we return. Our score, Sabres 2, Bruins 1, as we are through 40 minutes. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on Buffalo Sabres Radio.
What's your outlet?
Score a hat trick of savings at Outlet Liquor. Buy any wine or champagne priced at $13.99 or less and build your own sale. Buy 3 to 5 bottles for $1 off each one. That's your hat trick. Want a power play? Grab 6 bottles or more and savings jump to $2 off per bottle. Fill a 12-bottle case and save $24. Mix and match hundreds of brands. Bottle bundle deals only at the place to buy a case. Outlet Liquor, official partner of the Buffalo Sabres.
What's your outlet?
Your home is a legacy to be proud of. And this spring, Stellar is putting the power play in your hands. Score $1,800 off your home exterior project or enjoy 18 months with no payments. At Stellar, we defend your home with quality materials and service built on a reputation you can count on. Don't let the season slip by. Call us today to schedule your free estimate.
320-7663. Stellar Roofing.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Penalties and interest are piling up every single day. Wage garnishments and bank levies could hit any moment. If you've been avoiding it out of fear, you're not alone. But waiting only shrinks your options and ramps up the stress. The truth is, the IRS settles with taxpayers every day through legitimate programs, and many qualify to reduce what they owe, in some cases by up to 99%. That's why thousands turn to helpwithirsdebt.com. They've guided over 120,000 Americans, resolved more than $2.3 billion in tax debt, and back every case with their ironclad resolution guarantee. If there's no real path forward, you get a full refund, no fine print. They even randomly select one qualifying client each year and pay off their entire IRS balance. Terms apply. Don't let another day pass. Go to helpwithirsdebt.com right now. It's fast, easy, and confidential. Find out what's possible today. Helpwithirsdebt.com. Once again, that's helpwithirsdebt.com.
WGR.
Center ice. Step up there by Pasternak. 2-on-1 with Zacha, who carries. Pasternak scores. Exactly what you didn't want to have happen early in the period. Number 88 changes the tone of this game. It's now 2-1 Buffalo.
That goal is the only tally from Boston. That was 154 into the second. Pasternak's third on a 2-on-1. Zacha set him up. That's where we stand right now. 2-1 Sabres. For the Bruins, if they are able to come back, that's a big potential game-changing moment for them. We'll have the game changer in the post-game show presented by Buffalo Law. When one moment changes anything, choose the right team. Visit buffalolaw.com. All right, scoreboard now. Drive around the league. Brought to you by AAA, the official partner of the Buffalo Sabres. All right, let's go to the other action. We are still no score in Montreal. The Bell Center looking for their first goal. Canadiens and Lightning, 0-0, 8:33 to go. Montreal leading that series 3-2. Later tonight, Vegas trying to wrap up their series. They have a 3-2 lead in Utah. That game is at 10. NBA, Detroit has come back. They were down 17 at one point, now leading by 10 in Orlando. 85-75 with 3 minutes to go in that game. The Magic have a 3-2 series lead. The Raptors trying to stay alive. They're down 3-2 to the Cavs in their series. Toronto's up 87-76 late third quarter. Up over the border. And at 9:30 tonight, the Lakers trying to close out the Rockets. They're up 3-2 in that series. That game tips at 9:30. All right, there's your sports check. We will get a check of what's happening in the other games around the league. And will we be talking about a Game 7 or round 2? Well, either way, I'll be with you on the postgame when it's over. Third period coming up with Dan and Rob. Back to Boston after this timeout. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
One team, one goal. To beat cancer together. Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center is proud to celebrate the Buffalo Sabres on their run through the Stanley Cup playoffs in over 10 years of their partnership as the official comprehensive cancer care provider of the Buffalo Sabres. Together, they're making a difference beyond the ice, bringing cancer awareness, education, and early detection to local communities. Learn more at roswellpark.org/onegoal.
After a Western New York winter like that, your garage door might not be as reliable as you think. Hi, this is Jen Kuhn from Hamburg Overhead Door. Cold snow and ice can take a real toll. Springs wear down, rollers get stiff, and openers start to struggle. If your garage door is noisy, slow, or just not working like it used to, now's the time to get it checked before it turns into a bigger problem. Our team can get you back up and running quickly and safely. Call us at 649-3600 to schedule your service today.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is
Just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac never lies.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
That is just not going away. So who in the Sabres lineup or how must they play, Razor, will be the difference?
Yeah, it's going to take everybody here. It's not going to. You're not going to sit here going into this third period, being up a goal, and expect this, maybe a group to carry him. It's going to take everybody because Lindy Ruff is going to have to make sure he rolls all fourth lines, get everybody involved. But they just got to be smart here. They just got to be smart. Get the pucks in deep. Go to the net when you can. Don't take too many chances. Don't get caught with the extra D up the ice if somebody's not covering up for them. But at some point here, the Bruins, if it stays one-goal game, they're going to start taking some chances, and I think that's when you kind of pick them apart a bit.
For Buffalo, let's start with a good start to this period. And at this end of the ice, they have done a lot of damage. Here's a chance in front, and it just goes wide. Tage Thompson in the slot. Will be lifted out by Alex Steeves to center. And you don't want to give up any odd man rushes or an early goal if you're Buffalo here, as has been the case a couple of times in this series as Minton will play it back. And the Bruins reset. Aspero actually leading Boston when you take a look at what they've done with getting pucks to the net. And it's the Sabres defense that has been a story all year long. Here's McAvoy looking for a stick of Middlestat. He centers it for Geekie, but he's tied up there by Byram. Middlestat against the wall. McAvoy at the point. That shot deflected wide. Middlestat got his stick on that one. Casey being very aggressive for Boston there, and then the Sabres try to clear, but Benson kind of drags it back there a little bit inside his own zone. Both teams with a chance to make changes here. And it'll be McLeod to carry it up to the line, and he'll curl it back. 3 shots for Geekie in this game so far for the Bruins. And a bunch with 1, including Aspero, as the Bruins defense tries to get involved somehow in some ways in this hockey game. It'll be carried up ice through the middle, played onto the wing. Little drive to the net, but well played there by Connor Timmins. Bruins will play it back for a shot, and that is wide of the mark. We've got an injured Sabre down on the ice. That's Zucker. Cross ice pass, and Lyon gets there to make the save. Zucker trying to sweep it out, and he's hammered to the ice by Lindholm, and he's got to get to the bench. And he'll be back out there for his next shift. No one number 17.
Yeah, we talk about how tight it is. It's so tight, there's a lot of turnovers. You have 12 Boston turnovers, 11 Sabre turnovers in their first 2 periods.
Puck is in the gear of Kastelik. And the Sabres come up with it. Kastelik out there playing against a former teammate in Beck Malenstein. Both played for Calgary in the Western Hockey League together. Now opponents here is Zadorov in behind the net.
I couldn't imagine that line. Yeah. The 2 of them if they played together.
And that's going to be offside. Malenstein was still inside the zone, claiming perhaps a Bruins player.
You can argue it a little bit here, but nevertheless, let's take a look at Zucker here. It's hit from behind, down on the ice. There he goes with a little cross check from Lindholm, and then very slow getting up, and then he gets hit in the middle of the ice. Lindholm again. So 2 big contacts there to Zucker on that one shift, and it looks like he's just trying to stretch things out, get him back in order.
Face off in the Buffalo zone to the right of Alex Lyon. And Acemont will step in for Boston here. And this puck is up for grabs. Bruins win it. They sweep that to the side of the net, but Alex Lyon has it closed out there, and he will hold on. Buffalo Sabres playoff hockey is proudly sponsored in part by Highmark, Tops Markets, and Neutral. Buffalo with good draw numbers tonight, as we mentioned a couple of times. Key part of the game to start winning possession here and get the Bruins playing in their end of the ice. But right now, Boston working it behind the net with Acemont. Now Tage Thompson will scamper after it. Tried to lift it up the wall, but not too far to ice the play. The Sabres gain the zone here with Peyton Krebs on the near wall. Byram reaching for it. It's past him, but Timmins will throw it across to Thompson, and Thompson from center ice will just dump it in. Krebs is after it down to the corner. Over comes Alex Tuck. Throws his hip out there to keep the play down low. Hit from behind there. Lindholm is sitting on top of Krebs still. Referee watches it with a shot deflected right on and stopped by Swayman.
Now it's at the point you just got to battle through all that. Now Krebs got just manhandled down over in the corner. Just not to his fault. He just couldn't get up and he just kept getting knocked back down. You just got to take it here. This is not a point where you want to take a penalty in this hockey game. You haven't done it to this point. Stay clean. Don't give him the free opportunities. Nice redirection there by Norris going to the front of the net. You see it. Gets himself planted. Gets his puck right between the legs. Gets a stick on him. But Swayman tight enough to him there, and he finds it in his glove.
His first touch on that in this game for Norris, who on the ice taking the draw for Buffalo. Bruins out of the corner of their own end now for flip Wilson up to the Buffalo line, and they'll just try to create chaos here with some dump-ins, but that's going to be an icing call. 16:20 to go in the third, just underway pretty much here in this third period. In a one-goal game, Sturm's team needs the win to keep their season alive.
Yeah, and you know they're not going to quit here. They're going to keep coming at you. Last time in this building, they got a little bit embarrassed there, so they kind of own something here. So you're not going to see them take their foot off the pedal here. The Sabres have to understand that, match that level of an intensity, and go a little bit farther here, because 2-1 it can stand, but you'd like to get that third goal just to take a little pressure off.
Yeah, that first period seems like so long ago now for Buffalo, the way it started out, coming off the way it ended last time. Here's a geeky chance and a save by Lyon. He had Lindholm right in front, but he was able to see that one.
Yeah, Geeky coming across the top there, and he just kind of pulling it back. It's not on his forehand, so he gets his body turned in the quick shot. You see Lindholm's in front here. Geeky's going to get it, pull it to his forehand. And once again, Alex Lyon's able to see it come through, and I think that's just something that guys could learn so much from. You got to take a quick look, see where the goaltender is, and get your body in front of his eyes. And right there, fortunately, the Bruins did not do it. Alex Lyon's able to see that puck come through.
Geeky with 2 goals and 2 assists coming into this game. Bruins win another draw. McAvoy to the far circle. There's a shot. And off the glove of Lyon, basically batted away, but back into play. And now a chance for Buffalo to clear, but they can't get it out. Look out, here's Pasternak cutting in. Saved by Lyon, and the rebound over the far post, taken below the goal line. Husnudinov will play it back, in Lindholm on the far wall for Zacha with a shot that's blocked by Zucker. Puck swatted to the corner. Zacha looking in front, but he spins it behind the net, now into the corner. And Buffalo will clear it, and will this go for an icing? Yes, it will. So this group of Sabres are out there for 35 seconds. Zucker might be granted permission to leave here because he's injured. He's going down the tunnel.
Yeah, he's heading to the room there, and he's had a couple of tough shifts there with the shot block there. Hit a couple times the last shift out with a slow going to the net, or to the bench, I'm sorry. And there's Pasternak just taking this puck, curling, dragging past Owen Power. He does a nice job, Owen Power. He gets spun around real quick, and he's able to make stick-to-stick contact. So Pasternak not able to get the shot off he would like.
Greenway's the player that comes onto the ice and is able to clear it, and then he shoves Lindholm to the ice. And Buffalo gets a change in with 15-17 to go in the third. This is McAvoy to center. Puck is swept back towards Alex Lyon. Clear off the wall, not out by Dahlin. He'll get another chance here to come up with something, but first away from Lindholm. Samuelsson to the corner, spun to the ice. There's a chance in front. It'll come back to the point. High slot shot with traffic in front, dribbles just wide. Lindholm down in front of Alex Lyon. Sabres able to chip it out. Middlestat against Kozak. And Casey is able to win possession back for the Bruins, and Geekie will go to the bench as he bumps it back into the Boston zone.
Yeah, shots 20-20.
Steve's racing down after it. Off to the left of Alex Lyon. Puck comes free and a chance for the Sabres to skate it up ice, and this is Peyton Krebs down the left side. He stops halfway down, continues down to the corner. Krebs looking back up to Byram. He'll play it across. That shot looking for Tage Thompson. That pass from Connor Timmins. Timmins steps up on the chip in towards Alex Lyon, and he, with two Bruins staring him down, just holds on to that puck. Third period replays are brought to you by New York's only outlet liquor, and when you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet?
Yeah, Alex Tuck having a conversation with the referee out there. That last exchange going up the ice, he got his jersey pulled from behind. You saw it right in front of us here, and then he got clipped as he was getting away from it by the stick of Isamont. Catches him right up in the face, and neither one caught by the referee, or neither one the referee wanted to make the call on. So you see him letting him know what he thought, and I always think that's a good thing. As long as you take it to a certain level and you're respectful to the referees, it's in the back of their heads at times.
There's Gord Dwyer over having a word with. Face off here in the Sabres zone off to the right of Lyon. And with Norris on the ice, taking draws here for Buffalo tonight as he comes back into the lineup. Now Benson will slide in. Bruins win the draw. Lindholm plays it back to the point. That's a turnover and a race for the loose puck. Buffalo not sending too many in. Now three. Here's a chance in front. Scores! Big hit in the corner. Doan is on the ice picking himself up after Zach Benson finishes the play. But what an effort by Doan to race down the ice and sacrifice himself on that play. And the Sabres are up 3-1 with 14:02 to go in the third.
Benson's going to get a second goal of this series. And we'll take a look at the hit right here. Both Bruins players come across to address Doan. And when they do it, just watch. It leaves everybody wide open in the middle of the ice. Doan, excellent play, sliding that back out to Benson. Benson and Norris are both there. They're the only two guys in front of the net because both guys, Pasek came over, and McAvoy to deal with Doan.
How about the shot? A little head high there. That's Rasmus Dahlin is talking to the referee about that now. Definitely was contact with the head as McAvoy went in to finish the check. I'm not saying it was intentional because it didn't look like he reached up for it, but he finished the hit there.
Yeah, nothing going to come out of this. The only good thing is you got a 2-goal lead here with 14:02 left. Watch both guys coming, but you see Doan, he's taking a look. Even though there's two guys all over him, he's taking a look, and he knows he's got guys in front of the net, so just get the puck out there. And Benny makes no mistake putting it right over the pad, under the glove. 14 minutes left, 2-goal lead.
Bruins dump it in. Sabres, Malenstein will lift it out. And that'll go all the way down the ice, and an icing call here against Buffalo. They're okay with that. Draw will come down, looks like to the, let's see where they set up here, to the left of Alex Lyon.
Well, those two right there doing a nice job. We talked about this line being put back together there, and Norris being a big part of that. Right, he was one of the guys out front of the net too. It could have went to either one of them, and
there's peek to the net. That did not get through. Middlestat out battle in the corner, but he has been in the fight in every game. Casey Middlestat, you can see the maturation in his game since we saw him in Buffalo. Here's Alex Lyon playing it to the corner. Samuelson can't clear. A nice takeaway there off the stick of Geekie, and then Malenstein will chip it out into the Boston zone. That affords Buffalo a change. 5:58 time of the goal by Benson from Doan to give the Sabres a 2-goal lead. As we approach 7 minutes into this period, here's Zucker off the bench from the tunnel onto the ice. And with possession, he'll leave it in the corner. And McLeod gets there to help out in the near corner. Reaching for the puck. Dahlin's shot is tipped into the corner. McLeod into the slot. That one got away from Zucker. And the Sabres now will get Zucker off to the ice and rotate players. You do not want to take a penalty here if you're Buffalo, as Quinn got into it a little bit at center ice.
And you see Tampa Bay, Montreal tied after regulation.
Look out there, the open door at the Sabres bench. As Jeannot got hit into that. Now Peyton Krebs losing an edge down that left wall. Puck comes back out to center ice. Sabres with possession. Timmins and Samuelson going side to side with it. The forwards played up towards center ice for Tage Thompson. His pass intercepted. Boston with Pasternak. Right side. Holds it. Still with it. Fires trying to hit traffic. McAvoy was down in front of the net. Bruins starting to send numbers, of course, with 11:53 remaining. Deeper into the Buffalo zone. So you're seeing only one man back for Boston.
Yeah, you're seeing the Sabres too. One guy in, the second guy in the hash marks, third guy. So kind of a 1-1-2 here, just making sure you got layers if they do get the puck moving up the ice. But there's no need to get two guys caught down in the corner or playing level.
Dahlin plays it away from Geekie. Good support there by Norris. He pokes the puck free. And now Benson throwing it up, but it's gloved down by Peak. Bruins get to the line, but that's as far as they go. There's a number of white Sabres jerseys there to take the puck back. Now it's chopped into the Bruins corner.
I'm kind of feeling bad for the puck here tonight because it has been just a hack slash. Not much clean. And it gets into periods of this game when it's just both teams just no room for them to move.
Shots even at 21 apiece. Buffalo up 3-1. Bruins with the puck. Played to the wing with a shot, and Lyon makes the save at the post, and then Malenstein with a bear hug on the traffic in front of the net. No extra shots, just a hug and skate away, and the Sabres can feel really good about where they're at right now. Zach Benson with his second of the playoffs. Doan takes the hit to make the play, and it's 3-1 Buffalo.
The sun is out, the birds are chirping, and the open road is calling. Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event and take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
For great deals, visit your local Upstate Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
One team, one goal. To beat cancer together. Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center is proud to celebrate the Buffalo Sabres on their run through the Stanley Cup playoffs in over 10 years of their partnership as the official comprehensive cancer care provider of the Buffalo Sabres. Together, they're making a difference beyond the ice, bringing cancer awareness, education, and early detection to local communities. Learn more at roswellpark.org/onegoal.
I'm John Woyden, president of Great Lakes Building Systems, where our business is protecting your business. We install and service complex fire protection, security, and video monitoring systems. You've worked hard to build your business. Protect your employees, yourself, and your assets by leaving your company's security to the experts. Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE for a comprehensive security assessment. We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Protecting your business is our business.
Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE or go to glbs-inc.com.
Hockey lives here.
With a shot turned out in front line by Aho. He swings a wraparound.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
It is a time of the year and season that legends are indeed made. Round one, game 6, 3-1 Buffalo in the third. Bruins shot stopped by Lyon. Rebound put off the back of the net And Buffalo will need composure here. And puck possession, they're going to do just that, firing it in the Boston zone in the corner. Aspero played around to the near boards, up towards center ice, looking for Geekie. That's intercepted. Thompson giving a bump as he plays that puck deeper into the Boston zone, and Aspero picks it up. Zacha gives it back to him. Left side entry, Aspero dumps it around. In behind the net. And the corner taken by Rasmus Dahlin. Race for it here. There'll be no icing as Quinn got up there in a hurry, then goes for a spill. And the Bruins will get it up to center. Almost accidentally, but they do. A line of 4 gaining the zone. Samuelsson behind the net with it. Plays it around the boards. Quinn trying to tip it past Peak. It's a second chance. Here's a chance now for Zucker. Fires a shot, and that one will come out in the far corner. Usnadinov. Bruins from center will shoot it in. Battle in the corner. Doan for power. Ahead to Benson. Benson through center. We'll put that one towards Norris against Zadorov, who plays it for Lindholm. Lindholm pass to the wing. He'll jump down the middle with a shot to Lyon's glove. And the Sabres' main goaltender right now, Alex Lyon, holds on to that one, and a face-off will happen in the Buffalo zone when we come back with 9:15 remaining in the third period. Buffalo 3, Boston 1.
Buffalo, the time has come for playoff hockey, and Lenco has the products and discounts that feel like an absolute power play. Break away to any one of our 3 Western New York locations and get low prices on Velux skylights, now with standard solar-powered shades. With pre-installed solar power, they work even when you're short-handed. Shop for Velux skylights and more when you visit in-store or online at lenco.supplies.
At Level Financial Advisors, we work with people like you who are about to retire, who want to determine an investment plan, specifically with tax planning, which is one of the most valuable things we do.
Stephen Elwell, Chief Investment Officer, Level Financial Advisors.
At Level Financial Advisors, our job is to help you retire better.
Visit Level Financial Advisors in East Amherst on Transit Road next to Aldi, or their newest location in Orchard Park on North Buffalo Street near Panera and The Loft. Always available online at levelfa.com.
If you're been injured, don't you worry, Cha-Cha's got you.
Dan Cha-Cha here. When injuries strike, you deserve a strong team on your side. At Dan Cha-Cha Injury Attorneys, we're committed to standing up for your rights. Don't let the big insurance companies push you around. Our experienced team knows how to navigate the legal system. We listen, we care, we deliver. Don't worry, Cha-Cha's got you. Call Dan Cha-Cha Injury Attorneys today for a free consultation.
Don't you worry, Cha-Cha's got you.
Call 648-3030. WGR.
Time. Here we go. Twice in franchise history, the Buffalo Sabres have won 6 road games in a single playoff run, the most ever by the team. In which seasons, plural, did this occur?
I'm going to go with 99 and 97.
Hey, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Well done. Playback underway here with 9:10 to go. And this is going to be an icing call against Boston.
Now, this is just where you got 9:07 left here. You got a couple goal lead. You know they're going to push. They're going to take chances. Just stay clean in your own zone. Just relax in your own zone. We talked about that being one of the keys. Good communication down there. A lot of talk. Visually, take looks, know what's going on. And just get the puck out. If you can't skate it out, you got to get it out. You don't want to create that turnover. Don't force anything through the middle of the ice.
Shot stopped by Lyon. Puck bounces right in front of him. Zacha can't get on it. Aspero's shot. That's blocked. Zacha again. It's in his boots. Can't find it. Sabres get it out to center. Bruins dump it in. That'll be an icing call the other way. So the Sabres will have the faceoff come down to the Boston end of the ice. 25 shots for the Bruins, 22 for Buffalo. In this game so far, the score is 3-1, but as Rob mentioned, it's been a battle out there to earn any area of ice whatsoever.
Well, look at the hits right now, 37-27. It's a lot of hits in a hockey game, and it was tight, and it's been tight all over the ice. And we talked about Bruins trying to slow things down in the neutral zone. The Sabres have done the same thing here. They have not give the top guys here for the Bruins any working room at all. When they get the puck, bang, there's somebody right on them, and they're just not able to work.
Good example there with Bowen Byram stepping up on Geekie as he tried to make a play off the wall, and the pass up. Now it's McLeod. He's got a man in front, and that is tipped just wide. Pasternak standing still in his own zone, just throws it away at center, and the Sabres can just take time off the clock and possess the puck until they're challenged. It's one man up for Boston now. Zucker touching that one into the Bruins zone. Aspero with Quinn on him. McAvoy with a little leave pass just inside the line. Kozak at center helps mess that one up for Boston. Here comes Zucker again. What a game Jason Zucker has had. And again, blocking shots. Just getting involved in any possible way he can. Buffalo trying to center. Big hit. Stepping up there.
The Bruins just can't get up the ice. Look at the work this line's doing.
Malenstein, it was just rocked to the ice.
All over the place.
All over them. Sabres back to the line for Rasmus Dahlin. He'll hold it, walks it down. Dahlin to the net with a shot, and Swayman is going to cover that one up with a glove.
Everybody's so worried about the three forwards running around hitting everybody, and there's Dahls just realize it. They're all looking over their shoulders. He's just going to take this calmly down the line here, step around Iseman, and look at the room he's got. Just hauls it to the front of the net.
Oh, Greenway in there.
Greenway right there. He realizes it's coming. Kozak battling in front of the net. I'm sorry, that's Norris in front, and it's just simple hockey right now. They're playing smart, taking what's given to them, not forcing things, and just making sure they're not turning this puck over.
Norris will take the face-off in the Boston zone. And the Bruins going with Husnadinov, Middlestat, and Lindholm. Now Peek and Zadorov on the back end. Sabres with Doan, Benson, Power, Byram, and Norris on the ice. And draw one by Norris, back to Bowen Byram. Plays it behind the net. Benson tried to make something of that. Now he and Middlestat in the corner will battle. Stops and starts are, well, young Zach Benson are something else to watch. Of course, he's got the low center of gravity and this legs that don't stop. He's got the puck now. He'll carry it up to center. Benson crossing the line, just splits the D with the dump into the corner. Well, Zadorov after it. Doan just watching as it's played up near center. Just kind of took an angle away from him, forcing the pass. And now the Sabres with possession in their own end. Thrown back towards the net, and Samuelsson behind the goal. Alex Tuck coming back. Nice play for Tage Thompson. 2-on-1, shoots, and that is deflected off of Swayman. McAvoy with a hit on Peyton Krebs. Alex Tuck for Thompson to the net. Puck is still loose. Hard battles continue here with 6.5 to go in the third. Rasmus Dahlin will settle off to the side of the goal now behind the net. Up ahead to McLeod on the left side. Hampus Lindholm. His pass making it to center, but Boston was changing. And a nice play by Quinn coming back to fill that space. He gets possession back, and now it's McLeod. Squeezing his way down the wall. McLeod trying to play it for Zucker. Quinn to the far wall, and Iseman with it. With under 6 minutes to go. Losing it ahead of the Sabres blue line because of the pressure put on by the back check of Buffalo.
Yeah, puck possession here for the Sabres is just outstanding here in the last few minutes. And just really frustrating the Bruins, and the Bruins need to get something going, and they just can't because the Sabres got the puck. And they're working so hard to try to get it back. When they do, they got nothing left.
Great read by Samuelsson that time. He'll set it deep into the Boston zone. With the Sabres up by 2, we'll keep an eye on Swayman. I don't know that they'll wait too much under the 3-minute mark to make that decision to try to cut it to a 1-goal disadvantage if they can get to that. Right now the Sabres, as Rob mentioned, doing a great job just putting the puck deep in the Bruins zone. This is a 1-against-4 entry, and the Sabres do a great job breaking that one up. Backhanded by Middlestat. Alex Lyon playing it to the corner. Dahlin ahead to Benson. He tips it to center. Lindholm walks it in down the right side. Backhand pass in front, and that is a nice play, tipping it to the wall. Coming back is Connor Timmins. .428 on the clock. Sabres up 3-1 in this game 6, up 3-2 in the series, trying to close it out in round 1 of their return to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Played ahead by Krebs. Not a lot on that one. Waved off down to the corner. Puck's going to come to Swayman. He's got no choice but to cover this one up with 4:09 to go. So an offensive zone draw when we come back. 4:09 remains on the clock.
Your home is a legacy to be proud of. And this spring, Stellar is putting the power play in your hands. Score $1,800 off your home exterior project or enjoy 18 months with no payments. At Stellar, we defend your home with quality materials and service built on a reputation you can count on. Don't let the season slip by. Call us today to schedule your free estimate.
320-7663. Stellar Roofing.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Dan Cha-Cha Injury Attorneys. Don't worry, Cha-Cha's gotcha. By Hamburg Overhead Door, over-delivering all over Western New York. By Awaken 180. Find your free coaching for life at awaken180weightloss.com. By ServPro, cleaning, restoration, and construction like it never even happened. By Stellar Roofing. When quality counts, choose Stellar Roofing, siding, and windows. By Buffalo Law. Visit buffalolaw.com. And by UPS Stores. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
WGR.
Expressions of the players as they go back to their respective benches. The Sabres with the lead, playing with that look of almost exhaustion at times on their faces. That's telling you how hard it is, Rob, to close out a series.
Well, they always say the hardest game is the last game, and it's just something that, this series has been tough from day one here, and it doesn't matter if you're winning 6-1 or whatever, it's still been very hard-fought games, and I just think the experience that these guys are gaining here in a series like this, the first round is always so much tougher. It just seems like at times that, to come out on top, just because the teams are coming in, they're fired up, ready to go, and now, you're learning off a lot, and there's a lot of guys in that room that probably were maybe questioning things coming into this playoff round. Now you move forward, but those questions are gone.
Sabres at center, dump it in. It looked like Swayman was starting to make his way up ice a little bit. Here he goes. So the Sabres have an empty net to shoot at here with a 3-1 lead, 3:40 to go. Here goes Boston with the dump in. Play in the far corner. Pasternak ties up his man Lindholm, too far for Geekie. Up the wall, chance to chip it up and out. Norris does that. Sabres won't get a chance at the empty net, though, but they do get the puck outside the zone. Now it's mucked up on the wall. Empty net for Norris. Scores! Welcome back to the series, Josh Norris. And with the empty net goal, may have just thrown a dagger into the Boston Bruins' hopes with 3:20 remaining in the third period. It's 4-1 Buffalo.
May have. It's over. And nice job on the wall. Nice battle there by the Sabres. They standing him up and then creating that 50-50 battle. But guys coming across with support. You see two guys in there. Josh Norris coming over, third guy in support right there. And they're able to poke that puck free. And he's such a highly skilled guy. He's got an opportunity at an empty net like that. He's going to hit it. He hit it right in the heart. And that is the fourth goal here for the Sabres in this game. And you see the fans going home.
They're going home. First playoff goal for Josh Norris. You look at the interchangeable parts that the Sabres have. Ostlund comes in. He contributes offensively. Norris injured, comes back in. He contributes in many ways in this game tonight.
Now the big thing is when you got depth like that, you got guys that you can trust coming in because they've got experience. They've done it a lot of different times all season long, and then you don't have to shake up a lot of things. Sometimes you bring a player in and you got to adjust maybe 2 lines. Now you can just kind of bring that player in. You've got extra guys for each of those situations that you just plug that guy in, and you don't have to worry about it. Whoever goes out is plugged in for a very similar type of player. And because you got extras of each of them, so it makes it so much easier for a coaching staff. It makes it so much easier for the guys playing. That you're not juggling around playing with different guys all the time.
Swayman goes again with Pasternak at center, shooting one in on Alex Lyon just to win a draw here in the Sabres zone. 2:43 left on the clock. Norris's goal at 16:40.
And just stay clean in your own zone here. Just make sure you just get these pucks out. It doesn't matter if you ice it 200 times here in the next 2:43. Just don't give them anything here. Close it out the right way.
Bruins win it back to the point. Now it's Lindholm in the corner. Zacha for Taze Thompson. He'll take a look at the empty net and put it just wide.
Yeah, you can just see the body language of the Boston Bruins here. Yeah, they're going to compete to the end, but they know they're in a bad spot right now, and there's no extra push, shoving, or anything like that. It's just get it over with.
The Lightning and Canadiens playing in Game 6 of that series with Montreal up 3-2 are in overtime, still scoreless.
Yeah, it's 6.5 minutes deep into overtime, still no score, so that's been a battle, obviously.
And Sabres fans wouldn't mind if it went to a 7th game there, that's for sure. Here's a shot whistled wide to the Buffalo net. Timmins with a tie-up in the corner. Back to McAvoy, can't keep it in, it's off his stick. And it'll just dribble in over the Boston line before he resets. 2:12 on the clock. Quick up for Middlestat. Can't get to the net against his old teammate and friend Dahlin. Pass into the slot with a shot, and Pasternak had that one go off the glass. Slot shot again is deflected off a stick. Taze Thompson, another chance at the empty net. This time it's a lob that'll go wide, and that'll get us down to 152. Just kind of delaying the inevitable, as you said, now with a 4-1 lead here.
Yeah, and they're doing a really good job here in the defensive zone too. They're not going to change. The Sabres aren't going to let up because they want to support the man in net there because he's done such a good job for him. So they're going to do everything they can to prevent the Bruins from scoring here once again. But just everything to the outside, they're just pushing everything outside. It's just the Bruins have had such a hard time penetrating the interior of the ice here, and that's where these guys need to be.
Pass across, Eyssimont carries it instead of in front of the net, behind the cage. And the Sabres will put it to the line. There's a shot deflecting up and out of play. We're really chipping away at the clock, down to 138.
Yeah, it's actually a really good test here for this group, just to make sure they can continue to stay focused here, even in the situation being up to 3 goals here, minute 38 left. It's all in your favor. But this is where you play for each other.
Possession taken away. Connor Timmins, he's going to have a go at the empty net. How about this one? It'll go wide. No icing, yes. Oh, they're going to give that one to the Bruins, and look out.
Be careful, Benny.
Zach Benson. That was a two-handed slash up high in retaliation. That was a chop.
McAvoy came back off. Benson with a smile on his face, but he's lucky because I think this stick hits something maybe before McAvoy gets a piece of him when he's swinging it. Yeah, we'll take a look at it here, and they're going to put Benson in the box here for a penalty. He's going to take the feet out from underneath McAvoy, and he goes in awkwardly, but he gets up and he had one intentions, and that is get on him. And look at that, He chops him right over, and that is going to be a little problem for McAvoy tomorrow when they take a look at that one.
Buffalo penalty number 6, 2 minutes for tripping.
He'll get a couple preseason games.
5-minute penalty.
He won't mind.
Yeah, McAvoy's getting a 5-minute penalty. Yeah, and that's something that you don't do. I know you get frustrated. I know you're upset, all that kind of thing. Maybe going into the wall a little awkwardly there after being taken down, but you don't get up and swing a stick like that. That's not right.
Not when you've had moments in your own game where you've had some questionable calls that were gotten away with, that everybody does.
And they're taking a look at it here right now too, and obviously he's going to be sent off. There's no question about it. If they don't send him off for this, then they're crazy. Because if anything did happen to him, he deserved everything he got. But like I say, that stuff in hockey, you want to play hard, you want to play rough, you want to play physical. But when you get into the old 60s and 70s era of stick swinging like that, that's crazy. There's no room for that.
Montreal and Tampa still scoreless as we keep an eye on that overtime. Let's take a look at how this starts.
Here, Benny does take his feet out from underneath him right there. And whether it was on purpose or accidentally, we don't know. But the point being is when he gets up and he...
73 Boston is a 5-minute major in a game misconduct for slashing.
Yes, and he's going to be escorted off. He's going to be escorted off. He'll be out of this game. Why is he sitting back down again?
Well, he won't be there for long. The referee will make sure
he doesn't want to leave?
Well, he wants to have a few more words with Benson, and they're talking about the play.
Well, those kind of things are remembered, down the road. You're going to play these guys an awful lot again next year. And situations like that are not forgotten. And it's unfortunate. McAvoy's a hell of a hockey player, and he's very good. But you just you can't lose composure like that. And he just lost it, and you can't do that. It's been a dirty game, and there's things gone on, and there's McAvoy slamming dolls here along the wall, and
cross-check to the back of Benson's neck at one point in the game.
And earlier in the season or in the series, and he took Dolls or Thompson out from kind of slew-footed him over on the far side in Buffalo. So it's a lot of frustration, but a guy of his caliber needs to keep it under control.
Well, Lindy Ruff and the Sabres coaching staff are to be congratulated as an entire group. Lindy, of course, nominated as a finalist for the Jack Adams Award, and he mentioned first thing today when it was brought up. He didn't want to talk a lot about it, but the first thing he did was give credit to the entire coaching staff and all the planning and the messaging that's gotten passed along to this team throughout the season, whether, Rob, it's to give the guys a bit of space or whether it's to remind them of things that they have to do.
He's done a good job. Reminder, too, Tampa won in overtime, so that is going to Game 7. So the Sabres are going to have to sit back and wait and see who their next opponent is. But, yeah, you know what? You got a very tight coaching staff there, Dan. And, Lindy Ruff's been around an awful long time, and you've got a lot of respect for these guys because these guys do a lot of hard work. And, a lot of the times it's the head coach that gets all the accolades and all the pats in the back and everything, but it's your assistant, your coaching staff, whether it's your video guys, whether it's your workout team, that coaching staff, goalie coach, everybody puts so much into it that they all are a big part of it.
And Zucker for Taze Thompson, a couple of stick lifts, trying to get it in front of the net. Again, the Sabres on a power play here to end this game with a minute to go. Rasmus Dahlin just holding the puck on the near wall. Back to Bowen Byram. Sabres are 50 seconds away from moving on to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs and ending it on a power play. McLeod high in the zone for Taze Thompson. Something they still want to work on here.
This power play is the best. They moved it around the whole series.
Best of the series until this moment when the Bruins will try to clear, but it's kept in. Now Lindholm with a chance to get it out. And you might as well try to attack if you're Boston here in Jeannot. But with 17 seconds to go, the clock running down to Rasmus Dahlin. The Sabres captain has the puck on his stick, and the Boston Bruins are going to retreat. And if you want to watch second round playoff action, you drive to Lindy Ruffalo as the Buffalo Sabres have beaten the Boston Bruins 4-1. We thank you, Boston, for your hospitality, but we have somewhere to be, and that's round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. What a job by this group of Buffalo Sabres. They find a way, Rob, to bounce back, and they've done it all year long.
Yeah, they have, and you got to go back to December 2, and these guys finally got themselves on the right track and got themselves rolling here, and they really haven't looked back since. But you give every one of those guys in the room a credit, because every one of them at some point here has raised their level. They've done different things. They've learned how to win with composure, and their physical game has got stronger. Every aspect of their game has been so good, goaltending all the way out, and we just got done talking about the coaching staff. They've done an excellent job. These guys have overcome an awful lot to get to where they are, and they've done an excellent job at it. And, it's good to be rewarded like that, too. It's good to be rewarded not only making the playoffs, but now getting a victory in the playoffs and rolling on. Every one of those guys have talked about going through the line, that there may have been a question coming in, inexperience, haven't had that playoff experience. Well, they've had an awful lot here in this first round. They've come in, they've had overtime games, they've had tight games, they've won on the road, they've done a really good job. So every one of those guys that didn't have experience, now they're KG veterans, because they've just about done a little bit of everything here other than a 7th game. And so that question is not there anymore. Now that next round they roll in, they can just go to work.
All right, Dan and Rob, they can. The Sabres have advanced in the Stanley Cup playoffs to the second round. They beat the Boston Bruins here in Game 6 by a score of 4-1 to win the series